Hey guys, it's Unice. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what's on my iPhone 12. I have so many apps on here that I'm using constantly that I think everyone should have. So I'm just going to show you guys everything that I use. Without further ado, let's just get started. First of all, here's my phone. I have the iPhone 12 mini lavender. I just have some stickers in the front. This is my lock screen. It's a picture from last year when I went to Europe, and then I just have some widgets on there. This lock screen customization is all through iOS 16, which I explained in my last video how to do. I'm always changing up my wallpapers. This is the one I'm currently using. And then once you open my phone, the lock screen is again another picture from Europe last year. On the bottom, my 4 apps are settings, contacts, messages, and Safari. These are just the apps that I use the most. And then at the top left, I have my first widget, which is just one from Pinterest. I've changed this out pretty often, but this is the one I have right now. And then the first folder we have is called random. And here I have Widgetsmith, voice memo, Subway Surfers, maps, weather, Google Maps, Crossy Road, Discogs, Quizlet, and then YouTube Studio. I'm using these apps all the time, especially the games. These are like my go-to games when I don't have Wi-Fi. The rest of the apps are pretty self-explanatory. I love like researching vinyls and everything like that. So Discogs is like perfect for that. And then Quizlet, obviously I'm using that all the time for school. They're great, especially for flashcards. And then next we have Photos, Pinterest, and Google Photos. I have so many pictures in my camera roll. It's actually disturbing, but I'm running out of storage all the time, which brings me to Google Photos. It's a great way to back your stuff up, especially if you're running low on storage on your actual phone. You can just back them up to your Google Photos account. And then next we have Pinterest. I wish I used Pinterest more, but I truly love using it. I have so many different pins of different like room ideas or outfit ideas or just random pictures that I find cute. I just love scrolling on there. The next category is productivity. Inside we have App Store, Canva, Goodreads, Anydo, Practice Plus, IMSLP, Drive, Tuner Life, and Notion. Practice Plus, IMSLP, and Tuner Life are all apps that I use when I'm playing violin that just help me practice. And then Canva is what I use to make any graphics, especially for school when I have to make any graphics for ASB and stuff. I'm always using Canva. Great graphic maker. Next is Goodreads. I don't use this as much as I used to. I went through like a true reading era like a month ago, and I was reading so many books I haven't been able to read, but this just categorizes all of your want to read, 5 stars, all that kind of stuff, which I think is super helpful. And then Anydo is what I use as my reminders app. Any specific time I have to get something done. It's so helpful. I use it all the time. Anydo, Notion, and Google Calendar are like my holy trinity. Notion is probably my favorite app. I am like an organization freak, but I basically just plan out a bunch of different things. Like for example, for my final season, I was able to color code my entire study calendar, and it's just a great way to organize like everything. I use my Notion every single day to track my personal weekly and yearly to-do lists. But yeah, now for the 3 main apps outside the folder, I have Spotify, Lightroom, and Calendar. Calendar, pretty full, especially in May, but I just use this for like appointments and classes and any time commitment stuff. And then I edit all of my photos, thumbnails, like anything that I post really, I edit on Lightroom. I think the settings here are just a lot easier to use than other editing apps. Such small edits can make the photo just look 10 times better. And as someone who loves film, this is just, I love it. And then of course we have Spotify. I'm listening to music literally all the time. My playlists are very much so like emotions based. I'll put my favorite artist on the screen, but I'm listening to Spotify all the time. But yeah, now moving on to the next category, we have social, and here we have Find My, WhatsApp, FaceTime, YouTube, and BeReal. WhatsApp I primarily use when I'm in Europe, and then YouTube I just use to watch whatever. And then BeReal, I've been off my BeReal game recently, but I used to post all the time, and I just think it's so fun. So when I remember, I still try to post and stuff. And then next we have Messenger, Twitter, and Airbuds. Airbuds, one of my favorite apps ever. It basically just tracks your entire listening activity, and then you can follow friends, and it gives you weekly recaps and stuff. I just love looking at what other people are listening to, and also just like seeing my weekly recaps. This is my recap for the week. I was going through a very big hairy era Been listening to so much Boy Genius recently. Their new album is so good. And then Twitter, I'm using all the time. It's just such a fun app to me. And then Messenger, I use primarily to text any like club cabinets or ASB at my school. So that's like our main communication method. The last row on the first page is for school. In the folder, we have Aries, Google Translate, Photo Math, Remind, Student, Slides, Sheets, and Classroom. Aries is what I use to track my grades. Google Translate, I'm using all the time in Japanese, even though this year is my last year taking Japanese. Photo Math, I use it sometimes if I really don't get problems in my math homework and stuff. And then Remind is just another announcement app. A lot of my teachers last year used to use it, but not as much this year, so I don't really use it. And then we have Slides and Sheets, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then we have Google Classroom. Here's where I see all of my assignments for school. I'm taking 7 classes this year, so pretty busy. And then on here we have Instagram, offline music, and notes. Instagram, I've been using all the time. I'm trying to post more on both Instagram and TikTok, but I love just posting random moments on there. And then we have offline music. This is so good for me because I don't have Spotify Premium, so I can't listen ad-free, can't listen offline. So this app is like my alternative. I just download all of my music onto this app and I'm able to customize it. It's like a free version of Spotify Premium essentially. I love that. And then we have my notes app, but that completes my first page. Now to my second page. On the top, I have a widget from Spotify. It just shows like my most recent activity. And when you click on the widget, it takes you like directly to your most recent playlist. I don't know. I also feel like it looks really aesthetic, so I just like keeping it there. And then we have Docs, Hotspot Shield, Gmail, and Voice. Docs I use all the time for school. It's just so easy to have it on your phone and have access to it. And then Hotspot Shield, this is the VPN app that I use at school. My school blocks like Instagram and Spotify and stuff like that. So VPN is how I'm still able to go on those websites. And then Gmail, just what I use to contact people. Voice as well, it's basically just like iMessage. Next, we have 4 folders, the first one being YouTube. Vilo and Splice are video editing apps. I mainly use these for small TikToks if I don't need to edit it on Final Cut Pro on my computer. I personally like Splice better. I think it's so easy to use. Video Splitter and Split Video are 2 different ways to split videos, like for Instagram and stuff, where you can only have like a minute on the story. And then Facetune 2, I use this for my thumbnails to blur out anything in the background. And there's just so many cool features on here that I love using. So it's just really helpful for thumbnails. Fonto is what I use to add text to my thumbnails. And then we have Contact, which is Discord, Reddit, and Facebook. This is probably my least used apps just because, I don't know, I just don't really use either. And then we have Pay. In here we have Yelp, Depop, Walmart, PayPal, Shop, Zelle, and Capital One. Yelp is obviously just to see restaurants near me, especially when I'm traveling and stuff. This is so helpful. And then Depop is what I use to sell clothes, vinyls, anything really. Typically it's just merch and stuff. And then we have Walmart and PayPal. Then we have Shop. This is so helpful. It not only just gives you a bunch of different shops to shop at, but it also tracks all of your package at once. So if you have multiple orders coming at the same time, Shop just puts it all in one app and makes it super easy to track. And then we have Zelle. It's just to easily like transfer money online. Next, we have Shop. It's all of like the restaurants and the stores and stuff. We have Chick-fil-A, Etsy, Barnes & Noble, McDonald's, Seven Leaves, Amazon, and Islands restaurants. I mainly just have these apps if they have good reward programs. My personal favorite is the McDonald's reward program. So underrated. The deals are just so good. So I would highly recommend the McDonald's reward program. And then we have PixArt, Clock, Chase, and Macari. PixArt is what I use again for my thumbnails. It's mainly just for collages. Macari is what I use. It's like Depop, but it has literally everything. I haven't sold that much stuff on it, but anytime I do, it's really fast and it's really reliable as well. And yeah, that's everything on my second page. Now to my last page. This is my third page. On the top, I have 2 widgets. First one This is so embarrassing. I went to go see Harry in February, and every time I see him, I always have like a widget on my phone for the countdown, and I'm just like lazy to remove it. So now it's just there. It's like at what, like 2.5 hours. Like, and then I also have a widget for my calendar. I find this so helpful. It just shows like the next events on your calendar. For the folders, we have miscellaneous, health, cam scanner, flow, casa, Visco, Flora, and TikTok. The cam scanner I use if I need to upload any PDF for school. Flora is an app that I use especially for focus. It basically plants a tree for the amount of time that you want to focus, and you can't leave the app or else the tree will die. So it just helps get you off your phone. And then TikTok, I purposely have on the last page so I'm not as tempted to go on it. But yeah, this is my TikTok profile. I've been trying to post as much as I can. Next folder we have is files. This is Apple Music, SoundCloud, Dropbox, files, and radio. This I literally only use for like unreleased songs. So yeah. Last thing we have is tickets. I'm an avid concert lover. I go to them so much. I don't have any planned right now, but I'm trying to go to a few in the summer. But these are just a bunch of ticketing apps. Outside the folder, we have Ticketmaster. And with that, that is everything on my phone. I hope there's an app or like organization method that was able to help you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below journal if you stayed to the end of this. Also, make sure you subscribe, click the post notifications, and follow my Instagram and TikTok at uniceliubusiness. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you guys next Saturday for another video. Bye.